What do I have to say? I'm going to get on embarrassed now. I don't know what to say. Hey, Hans. I'm just embarrassed. Can you leave the room? I'm going to do this. As a primary school teacher and got my first proper job, and I bought loads of things for my new classroom, so I'm going to run through them all now. Apparently it's called a haul, who knows. This is George. Now, I got given George by my like a leaving gift from my first placement. So the teacher who was my mentor, well, it was from the kids, kind of from her, and they made me a big card and she bought me this teddy. I was going to get them to name it, but forgot, so we called him George, for George the Giraffe. My teacher said it's a good idea because he's got really long arms and really long legs. You can like Velcro them together, and she thought that if we could teach kids how to sit, so like if you were in like, I'm going to be in year 3, so maybe it wouldn't use it daily, but maybe if you're in like early years reception, you could use it and be like, so we're going to sit nicely, we're going to fold our legs, we're going to fold our arms, and you can sort of just have him as like a way to demonstrate how we should behave. You could also do like a, you know, give each other a cuddle or clap your hands. So you can use him for a lot of things. You could use him for like, just as like a classroom teddy, so you could pass him around at circle time. You could use him, so like in maths you might use him for, say if you're teaching money, you might be buying presents for him, or I don't know, you could use him as a reading buddy, so some children don't like to read to themselves, so they could read to the teddy. So yeah, a lot of uses. So I got given George, but he needed friends, so I got an elephant, Ellie the elephant, we called her, and then Lenny the lion. So again, they don't have as long arms, but you could do the whole cross your legs, sit smartly, etc, etc. So these are my classroom friends. I'll probably put them in my book corner, so they can be used as reading buddies, but then I'll probably get them to use them for like other things as well. So that was from my first placement present. From I was lucky enough to go back to the same school for my third placement, so I spent the majority of my year there. Fantastic school, so I was very, very lucky. And I got given this. So this is a teaching toolkit, so you can see on the label. And inside there's just loads of things that my teacher grabbed from the shop throughout my placement. If it was something I suggested, like if she had something and I went, oh I like that, she'd go and get it, or anything she thought that would be useful for me for setting up my first classroom. Okay, so first things, we have a maths dictionary. So a lot of easy methods for teaching the kids maths. So if anyone struggles with math, it's very pretty to look at. So it could be that I photocopy things from there to give them, or sit and go through them, or send them out with a TA to go through them to help them with their maths. Activities in there as well, which is good. This is the same similar thing, grammar, punctuation and spelling. So again, just little activities to do to help with grammar and punctuation. So if anything, even if I don't use it directly with the children, it will give me ideas of things like to incorporate into my lessons, and maybe some strategies for me to use for teaching the children. So that's those. Lollipop sticks, giant lollipop sticks. I will probably use these for a pot of fairness, so I'm going to pop their names on the end. So in lessons where, I probably wouldn't use this in maths and English, because I think if children don't know the answer, I don't like to put them on the spot. But for lessons like RE or, I don't know, art, or anything where we've got to be engaging in conversation and asking for a response, I find that if you tell the children you're going to use the pot of fairness, they will start listening, because they think, oh my god, I'm going to get picked out of the pot of fairness. So it just means that they're listening, so they'll have something to input, or if they're sharing ideas with their friends, it means I'll be listening to their friends. So I put their name on, and I'll probably put them all into a pot, and then if I need an answer, I'll pick the lollipop stick out and it'll have their name on, and then I'll just pop the lollipop stick on the side if they've already been chosen. So that's probably what I'll use them for. You can use them for DT lessons, you can make puppets with them, anything really. They're just a good little thing to have in the classroom. She made me this, which is really cute. She made it herself. Feely bag, so it could be that if you have learning partners and you want to like pick them out as like a surprise, pick them at random, or if you're doing like a maths lesson, you put shapes in there and you can feel. Yeah, just feely bag, great for everything. Peg hanging clothes era. When I do my washing at school. No, I'm joking. This is for like, so if you do painting or like anything that needs to be dried, you can hang these in your classroom and like peg your paintings to them. So actually a really good essential to have. So I've got 2 because I've got 30 in my class, so there's 16 on each, so that means when the whole class do a painting, there's somewhere to peg it out to dry. That was a little idea I stole from my teacher's classroom. That was great, so she got me those. So these are some cute little pegs with ladybirds on them. Now, my mentor teacher, she had them on display, so like she put the spellings up and clipped the spellings onto the pegs. Now you could just blue tack them up, but that just looked really cute, so I like them, so she bought me those. So that'll be nice. I don't know what I'll use them for, but we'll see. Food bags. Sounds daft, but absolute essential. So if you've got any resources on your tables, so say if you've got a matching activity where you're sorting photos and matching them, and you've got a set on each table, it's really easy then, once the children have matched them all up, to put them into individual food bags. So then next time it comes round and you want to use them again, you don't have to sort them all again because they're already organised into your food bags. Really cheap. Just a really good way of keeping all your resources together. So loads of those. Jumbo playing cards. Really good way for getting children to practice their number bonds to 10 or 20. So you can use them because they're just numbers, aren't they? So lots of different things. If you Google like things to do with jumbo playing cards, there's loads of stuff on the internet. So really good resource to have, especially for those children that might be a bit slower in maths. Having something concrete to actually use really helps them. String. I don't know why this is in this box. It wasn't part of the gift. I bought that myself and popped it in there. Just string. You might need some string. Anyone need string? I've got string. So little pots and marbles, so counters for games. Again, you could use these to put things on the tables. Containers, fab at school, always need a container. Yeah, marbles, really good for counters, really good for counting things in maths. So like dividing, adding, anything, always great. What else did we have? Oh, they could also be used for awards. So it could be that you give children a marble throughout the day if you think that they've been doing really well, and they go and pop it in a jar and then they get a reward or a sticker or something. So yeah, they could be used for many different things. Clipboard and paper. Now clipboard is always good. We use that at my placement school for if we had head bump letters at the end of the day and we had to go and get parents to sign them, we'd just clip the head bump onto there, and not the actual head bump but the slip, and then they would just write their signature. So it's always good to have a clipboard, but I don't know what I'll use that for. Stickers. Either to give the children, I'll probably use these for, I'm going to give my tables colours. So the red table, I'll put a red sticker on all of their books, blue table, blue sticker on their books, etc. And that way then when it comes to giving out the books, just grab the blue ones, pop on the blue table, etc. So that's a really good thing to have. Stars. If the children might have star charts, rewards, just giving them a sticker when they've done something fab is always good because they love stickers. Paper clips, just because always need paper clips. Notepad, probably a good idea to have on your desk when you think of something, or even if you're always thinking of things like me, have it by your bed. So when you're trying to sleep and can't, because you're thinking about what you need to do tomorrow, write it down, wake up in the morning, hopefully you'll have slept better because you've written that important thing in your head that wasn't important, but to you it was really important, down on a piece of paper. Notepad. So as you can see, that was a really useful thing from my teacher. And also the box, you always need a box as a teacher. It might be that you do a lesson and it's like, what's in the box? I wonder what's in the box, a little surprise, and you can reveal. So yeah, really grateful for the box as well. I had another gift from my friend, because she's an absolute angel. So she got me a agenda book. So when you open it, it's just literally got a list of like the date, things to do, scribbles, and what you need to do, and I guess how you're going to do them. So again, just a handy thing to have on my desk for each day, to make sure I write a list of what I need to do, and then I can cross it off as I go along. I was never one for lists, but I found this year as a teacher I'm always writing lists, and it's really helpful because then you feel great at the end of the day when you've got lots of crosses on your list and you think, gosh, I've achieved everything. And she also got me paper clips. So as I said before, you need more paper clips, and these are little rose gold paper clips, so they're just a little bit prettier to make life a little bit happier. So this is a Kleenex collection box of tissues. Very pretty, will make my desk look nice, and hey, kids always need a tissue. Fairy lights. I think I'll probably put these in my book corner, so I'm going to make my book corner like a lounge. Some teachers are really adventurous and do like big trees all up the wall. I'm just not ready for that just yet. So I'm going to go for a lounge. I've got a rug I'm going to put on the floor. I'm going to get some cushions, fairy lights, just make it really cosy. Put my reading buddies in there, so they'll just feel like they're at home, maybe even a beanbag. We'll see how that goes. Another gift I had, my parents, really cute, got me a whistle, and the lanyard has my name on it, my teacher name, which is Brill, so I'll probably just hang that on the corner of my board to look nice, and then always need a whistle for PE. So that was a lovely gift. Containers. Let's talk about containers. Lots of containers. First things first, this is a sick bowl because if a child says they feel ill, I don't have to mess with that. So I'll say at first aid, give them a bowl, they're prepared. Sick bowl. Very cheap, I'd advise it, get one. Home bargains, plant pots, pretty plant pots. Now, I don't plan on doing any planting. These I thought were really cute for pen pots in the middle of the table. Pen pots don't have to be boring. I know I'll feel happy if my tables look nice, so yeah, pen pots, put the pencils in. Then, after I bought those beautiful pen pots, I found some more beautiful pen pots, so I bought those too. I'll probably use both. I'm thinking I could put pencils in here, colouring pencils in here, and have like a little caddy on the table. So speaking of caddies, so I originally bought these and thought these would be great for the middle of my table, so that I don't like things to be scattered. I thought if the kids have a caddy, they have everything in one pot. They don't need to be walking around the classroom. They don't need to be being like, Miss, I haven't got a pencil, I haven't got a rubber. Yes, you have, it's in your box. So I thought I could put like the pencil part, the colouring part. Then I found this in Home Bargains and I thought it's a little bit bigger, so maybe it'll be better. So I could put them in there, and then I could put their pencils in the pots, then put their rulers, rubbers, sharpeners, anything that they might need in there. It's also good to have a box on the table so that you can put, like, I like to put my worksheets in for the whole day. So I'll do my printing in the morning, put it all in there, and then at lunchtime, I can actually maybe have a lunchtime instead of preparing things for the afternoon. So, I mean, I don't know which I'll use, so many containers, but we'll see what works. I could use this as a caddy and then maybe use this for their worksheets, who knows? We'll see how I feel when I get to my classroom later. So yeah, always good to have pretty pots, because why not? More pots. So these are just different shaped plant pots that I thought, I have one in both colours. Might use it on my desk. Might use it for something else. Absolutely no idea, but they were pretty, so why not? Another pot. So I went to Tiger. I went with my friend, and she then told me that these were nicer than the pen pots I bought before, so I thought I'll at least buy one to make myself feel better. So I will probably put my lollipop sticks in here for my pot of fairness. Another pot, I don't know what I'll use it for again, but why not? I stole this from my grandma's house. I mean, I did ask her, but she didn't. I don't think she needed that really. So yeah, might need a pot for something. Anyone needs a pot? I've got a pot. Tins. This is another grandma's essential. She used to fill it with chocolate fingers. Who knows, I might do the same for my cupboard. Cheer me up throughout the day. Pens. Pens. More pens. treat box, so it might be like I've got treats in here, so when the children get a reward, they could go to the treat tin. Not food, like, I don't know, pencils, rubbers, they love those, snap bands and things they use at the moment. But they seem to like squishies, apparently that's the thing. So we'll see. Apparently Baker Ross is a very good website for like rewards, things like that for the kids to put in. So my teacher got her rewards from. A box, Aldi. I don't know what I'm going to use that for either, but just a box that I thought looked cute. More boxes. Home Bargains, these are absolutely brilliant. So these were only 99p a box maybe, which I thought was an absolute dream, so I bought 6. I might use them for, so depending on how many tables I've got, I might make like a maths toolbox. So like instead of getting the resources out that they need for that day, I might just put a mixture of maths resources in here that I've got the idea from another teacher at my school. So it might be that you put clocks in here, some money, 100 squares, counters, rulers, number lines, so that you, in a maths lesson, put your toolbox on the table, and then if they need anything, again, they don't have to wander around the classroom because that's so irritating. Yeah, so put it in there. So I think that's what I might use those for eventually, but if not, storage. I've got a huge cupboard in my classroom, which is a teacher's dream. So yeah, things to put in there. Whiteboards, now these, absolute dream from Home Bargains. They're magnetic. I mean, I probably won't use that little feature. However, blue tack them to the wall. So for your working walls, instead of having to keep printing out loads of paper and sticking new things up every week, this week we're working on this, rub it down, put another one up. If you have a board, you can literally write your key vocab, you could write what we're doing this week, stick it on your display boards, rub it out. That's an idea I took from the other teacher at my school, which was a great idea as well. Alternatively, little whiteboards that you can use in games, or if you're taking a child out for an intervention, take one of those. So yeah, whiteboards. Envelopes. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I bought them because another teacher, I was looking around her classroom, and they have, so when you have the jobs, so like a classroom monitor or the book corner monitor, so like they'll tidy the book corner that week, or I don't know, they take the register to the office, so whatever jobs you have in your classroom, you could have each envelope, but she had each envelope on the wall was a different job. And she had an envelope that was full of lollipop sticks with her name on, and what she would do is she would pick out the lollipop stick and put it into the other envelope with the job. So if I set that up in my classroom, I will take a photo for you. But yeah, so pull the lollipop stick out and put it into the respective job that they've got to do. So it was just a wall full of envelopes with jobs, really easy. You don't have to print out photos or keep writing things, you literally just pop the lollipop sticks in. So that's what I might use them for. If not, always good to have envelopes. Envelopes are also good for resources, so instead of food bags, it could be that, okay children, there's an envelope on your table, inside the envelope is blah blah blah, they'll do the activity, and then you say, okay children, can you pop the resources back into the envelope? Whether they make it into the envelope is a different story, but that was the instruction. Invisible thread. I don't know if this is going to work, I just saw it and thought it might. So I'm going to hang things from my ceiling. So they did in my transition week, so when I went to meet my class, they made like little superheroes that had that they coloured in, and it had all about me section. So they wrote like their favourite colour, their favourite hobby, their favourite subject. So it's just that when they go to the classroom, they'll think, oh, there's a bit of something we've done in there already, and it'll just look pretty having superheroes from the ceiling, because I expect that my children will be superheroes. Laminating pouches. These are from Home Bargains. I reckon you could get them cheaper somewhere online, but I saw them and just got them for ease. I have a laminator that my friends bought me for my birthday. Always good to have at home, because if you don't get things done at school, they're just an essential that you've got there yourself, or if the school run out, I mean they shouldn't run out of laminating pouches, but if they do, you've got some at home. And even like now, so like this week setting up my classroom, if you can't get into school, you've got them at home. And on your course as well, so when you're doing your PGCE, absolute dream. especially if you leave the laminator out and the laminating pouches and the stuff you need laminated, and you have a flatmate like mine who does it all for you by the time you get home. Little hint, brilliant. So yeah, get yourself a laminator and some pouches. Staple gun. You might get given one by your school, you might not. Just have one of your own. Oh, my labels. Label everything. So I bought these off eBay with got my name put on them. Just little sticky labels. Staple guns will go missing. So make sure you have labels to pop them on, and get your own for your classroom. A basket. Not 100% sure what I'll use it for, but it looked pretty. Little handles. I might use it for their reading record diaries, so when they bring them in on a morning, I like to check that they've been doing their reading, so I might get them to pop them in there. I'll get my TA to have a flick through, make sure that everyone's done what they were supposed to, and then it might be that I hand them back out. Maybe that's what I'll use them for. It's just nice to have another little container and a little basket. Cushion. Probably for my reading corner. I need to buy new ones. This is just one that I meant to throw in the tip years ago. However, my friend's boyfriend put it back into my car, so it's just been in my car for the last year. So I've taken it from my car and I'm going to put it in my classroom. So yeah, and that is everything that I've bought so far. No doubt I'll buy more. We're actually going to IKEA tomorrow, so I'll probably buy loads more. Hopefully no more containers. But yeah. So that's the end of my haul. Thank you for watching. I hope all the things that I bought might give you some ideas of things that you can buy, and that you enjoyed watching. So I will be back with another video very soon, so I'm told. So yeah, thank you very much. Don't forget, if you like what you've seen, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Is that down there? Subscribe, wherever the button is. Go and do it. Bye.